Happy New Year, everyone. It is New Year's Day 2026 and I am out for my first time in nature, take some photos for the year. I want to start this year. That's the way I'd like to continue and get out a lot more than I have been. I've come to this lovely spot, which I thought might be somewhat busy, but looking at the car park, it's going to be busier than I anticipated at this time already. So just going to have to accept that. It's this lovely walk. I've done it a couple of times before, not very long, along some creeks to a waterfall. The waterfall is going to be the bit, I would think, where most of the people are going to be. So I think I'll probably stop some places along the way. I do apologise that it's been such a long time since I've been out. I will explain a little bit more to you about why that is, what's been going on, where we've been, and some things we can maybe anticipate in the future and some things we can't. So let's crack on, see some of this beautiful place and catch up later. I hope how this started is not how it is going to continue, because so far two problems. One is I bought a little mic mini to connect to my Action 4 and did it at home, worked fine, all good. Came out, it wasn't connected again for some reason, so I reconnected it and that was fine, and then it stopped and now it will not reconnect to my Action camera. So that's that. And the other is my shoe. I've got my hiking sandals, which I haven't worn for a while, and very quickly the grip of the sole on one of the shoes is kind of half hanging off. So oh dear, let's I don't want 2026 to be plagued by technical issues. Just want to go for a nice quiet walk in the woods, but I'm going to persist with these shoes. I probably at some point will have to pull, I think, it off. There is still more sole there, so hopefully I won't be walking along barefoot, but you never know. Yep, and there it is, bottom tread of my sandal. So still got kind of half a shoe. I suspect it's going to be a bit slippery now. So anyway, I'll just have to see how I go. I've never been here before when there's been no water in there. My apologies for it being such a long time since I've been out and made a video. The main reason for that is that Danny and I spent about a month away in Scotland, which was amazing. During autumn, October, November time, I had recorded a video before we went and I didn't have time to edit it. And I've been really focused mostly on stuff from Scotland afterwards, as well as, just kind of other life sort of things. And something that I have made from that is an e-zine of the entire trip to Scotland. And I'm loving how it's turned out. I really, really like seeing photos in a collection together. It just, to me, works so much better than just having individual photos by themselves. The whole story and actually being able to share some of the story too, I love it. That was perfect timing. I got my camera out and the sun went behind a cloud. How good is that? I did just realise I haven't brought any filters or anything. So, well, keep it easy, hey? I love this little spot, but there's not very much water here. I've never seen so little water. I need to come back in March or April. I normally get a lot of rain in February, March, so yeah. So now the sole of my other shoe has started coming off too. Mind you, I've actually found the one that's already come off less slippery than the other one, probably because the other one had worn a bit smooth and this was a bit soft. They're not going to last very long. They're going to wear through really quickly, but off with the other one. Decided not to go all the way to the end. It was packed with people and I saw some photos actually from a couple of days ago and it doesn't look nearly as nice as the very first time I came here and took photos. So I will go back there sometime, probably just have a swim, try and do it sometime when there's gonna be not quite as busy, but I think that's one of those things that I think I've got the best pictures I'm going to get from that spot. So I'm just going to have a bit more of a look around this little area back here. The sun is currently behind a cloud. It is supposed to get cloudier as the day goes on, so that will be useful for photography. thing I really noticed a lot in this trip to Scotland was how much I enjoy just the simple act of being out in nature, and that once upon a time I used to get caught up in always photographing, and I really like just being able to stop for a bit and sit and contemplate and not necessarily always be thinking about photography, which is kind of funny because I took so many pictures, but they were a bit more integrated just into the journey of where we were, as opposed to kind of going specifically for photography. It's funny because Danny, my partner, said he actually missed me doing that more, because when I get really caught up in photography, he spends even more time sitting. So he probably spent less time sitting and contemplating while I was spending more. But I think you get different things out of photography when you get to take a tripod, take your time, be really slow and methodical, and just shoot one little area, as opposed to when you integrate your photography more into a journey and it's something you do along the way. And there's pros and cons to both ways of doing stuff. And I think for me, I like to not get too caught up into doing everything just one way. I'm going to stop talking. My brain's just going to enjoy the trickle of water in this beautiful place. Weather's changing. It's supposed to be raining from a little bit from midday, which it must be getting close to. I can see some big dark clouds up there. So I reckon I could get wet before the end of this. It seems to be impossible to actually take a photo without people in it at this spot. There's just constantly people coming and going. So, yeah. And I thought I was off the track. Well, I am off the track, but people keep walking right through the middle of the creek. Anyway. This is what I get for coming to a popular spot in the middle of summer. I'll come back here when it's colder. There won't be nearly as many, and during the week when it's not school holidays, and there won't be nearly as many people then. One of the reasons I prefer walking where there aren't very many people around is that I have a very good sense of smell, and strong smells can and often do give me a headache, and more and more people seem to be engaging in what I call scent pollution, of whacking on strong odours. It used to be just women that did it, but lots of men do it now too. Whether it's deodorant or perfume or cologne or whatever it is, a strong smell. And they do it even coming out for a hike or a walk or going for a swim or something. And lots of people today have, and they leave the smell behind them. I can smell when people have been walking past and when they're quite a long way away from me. And it's been enough today that it's given me a bit of a headache. So that's, another reason why I prefer not to have so many people around. Be curious if anybody else has had that experience. There seems to be people who just have a really poor sense of smell, and I don't know whether they even realise it, but they whack so much stuff on. It's just, to me, it would be the same if they were going around and putting a blinding light right in my head or a siren right in my ear. That's what it's like to me, the strong smells. I really wish people wouldn't do it. I very much dislike it. It's uncomfortable and there's nothing I can do about it. And people who do, particularly with like a perfume, it can be enough in the air that it ends up on me and then I carry it around. And yeah, anyway. Now there's only going to be 3 videos from our trip to Scotland. I've decided to do it a bit differently to how I've done previous trips so that I can make sure I get back out and make lots of stuff locally as well. So if you want a bit more in depth about the holiday, you want to see all the photos and the stories behind it, go grab my e-zine. It's awesome. I'm so happy with how it's turned out. Really proud of it. It's very good value. It's, I think about, I'm not sure, 120 pages, 130, something like that. Lots and lots of pictures. And yeah, it puts it all into a lot more context. Keep falling down holes. I'm too busy watching what I'm recording and not where I'm walking. You will not regret getting that, particularly if you're going to Scotland. It'll give you a lot of good ideas because there's lots of stuff there that's a bit off the beaten track and not the usual places people go. Well, possibly not the most successful trip I've had photographically, but it's been awesome to be out. Get out for the first day of 2026 and I want to do a lot more of it. I knew that the photography that I got here would not be as good as it was last time. The trees I had there were just awesome. But if you want to check that out, go have a look at this one now. You can probably skip forward a bit through the journey given that you've seen this one, but check out the pictures because I was so happy with how they turned out that first time here. All right, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you get outside and you get taking photos.